What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Shauna's Smoke Cigars. Today, I'm going to be smoking the Espinosa 601 La Bamba Warhead Independence Day 2025. This is a special release in the Warhead line. It is a 6.5 by 55 box press Toro. Uses a dark Ecuadorian Maduro wrapper with Nicaraguan binder and filler. This one's pretty interesting. I don't know if you've smoked any of the other Warhead lines, but they only have the footband. And so it's on there pretty tight, so I'm going to have to go ahead and take that off and basically smoke this thing naked, which isn't always a bad thing. Try to take this off as nicely as I can, because one of the interesting things about the Warhead footbands, yeah, this thing's coming off ugly, is that when they're off, they're supposed to resemble a Warhead. And the previous iteration, the Warhead 10, the box was really interesting, came in the actual shape of one of these bombs. And it was gold, had the very similar footband when you take it off, resembled the box. So it looks like they're continuing that tradition. Yeah, this one is pretty fresh. Gonna give it a cut and a light. Good draw. It's a box press. Yeah, I'll come back with some of my thoughts. What's up, everybody? I'm back here at First Light Up. Yeah, right off the bat, pretty peppery. Through the retro, I'd say about a 5 out of 10, maybe even a 6. Very earthy, getting touch of leather, just a faint bit of chocolate, but it's kind of getting drowned out by that earthy profile. But pretty standard for what like a lot of like dark wrapper Espinosas are. I know like a lot of people think that the Warhead 10 was very earthy. Same with some people who think about the Knuckle Sandwich 57, also made by Espinosa. Very earthy profile. A lot of people think that these things do better with age, but right now this is just first light up, coming out pretty strong. Was getting quite a bit of earthy smell on the wrapper itself, not so much on the foot. Very strong when I took it out of the cellophane. I just got a big blast of earth profile right in the nose, and so yeah, the smoke itself is actually fitting the profile. Not unenjoyable, but definitely bold. That dark Ecuadorian Maduro wrapper is it's definitely carrying a bold profile to it. Yeah, just want to show this a little bit too. I went ahead and lit this cigar up with my Espinosa 601 Warhead lighter. This thing is a quad torch. It's very neat. Got this from my local shop. My buddy John at Relief Cigar, he hooked me up with this. And as far as the Warhead line goes, like this, their packaging is fantastic. This is the box for this year's Independence Day, so very patriotic. It's a very slim box. I mean, there's like hardly. It must be like a thin sheet of cedar, and then they slap some paint on it, and you just barely fit the 10 cigars into the box. And then here's a little peek. This is the ashtray this is for the Warhead 10, along with a gold lighter. And you can kind of get a peek of what that box looks like. Very cool box. A lot of merchandise around this, and people just gobble it up. I should know, because I am one of them. These are all pictures of my own ashtrays and lighters. So cool stuff. I mean, you're not supposed to smoke with your eyes, but we do. And I am a sucker for boxes. And so, they got me. But yeah, So far, very bold profile on the cigar starting out. I'm going to smoke this down through the first third, come back with some of my thoughts, and let you guys know. What's up, everybody? Getting down to the end of the first third. Nice ash, good burn, very strong smoke output. This thing's been putting out smoke, even it's basically just smoking itself. Some of that pepper has died down a little bit just through the initial retro, but I am getting kind of a lingering sting to the nostrils that's kind of lasting. It's almost like a long sting finish on the nasal passages. But as far as notes go, some of that chocolate has died down a little bit that was there on the first light up. I'm getting now more of a bitter, earthy dirt profile. Um, Subtle peanut flavor. I'm getting leather on the retro as well. So main tones would be earth, bitter earth, subtle peanut flavor, and leather. Uh, some of that chocolate, uh, it's mostly coming on the short finish. It's kind of like maybe 30 seconds after blowing the smoke out your mouth. I'm getting some chocolate lingering on the palate, but I'd say about anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute, just is replaced by that earth profile. Leaves a little bitter taste kind of on the jowls. Um, yeah, not so much my cup of tea. I actually don't mind earth too much. I'm not a fan of leather. Definitely like chocolate. But yeah, the bitter part of the earth so far is a little unappetizing. It's definitely a stronger cigar, definitely bolder profiles. But yeah, gotta love that construction though. Very nice. I'm gonna ash that before I ash on myself. Yeah, so far, I mean, it's all right. I'm not like itching to put it down or anything like that. Um, I love the box press. Some of the other iterations that Espinosa has done, like the Warhead 10, the Knuckle Sandwich 57, and maybe a few others, he will do a box press oval, which is it's like very rounded, has an awesome feel in your hand. Little bummed that didn't have it on this one. But Espinosa, he's gonna release a couple different warheads. I think he's gonna do two like sequels to maybe the 5 and 9. I'll verify that. And also supposedly number 11 is coming out. So more than likely, if the 5 and 9 were just normal box press or whatever Vitola they were, they're just gonna re-release it in that one. But I'm really hoping that the 11 comes out in an oval. Um, it feels good. It's fine. Box presses are nice. They're a little soft, a little squishy. Um, Look at that. It's actually kind of oily, which is pretty nice. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to smoke this down through to the second third, maybe halfway through, come back with some notes, hoping for a little bit of a transition on this one. Um, but yeah, I'll come back and let you know my thoughts. Hey guys, I'm back. Getting through the second third. I could really use a soda right about now. Yeah, so right at the puff, I'm actually just getting some generic tobacco. Nothing too big. That's just right off the palate. That bitter earth has morphed into kind of a musty earth. The bitterness is kind of gone. I'm just gonna getting that musty earth and some leather. The sting on the retro has stayed pretty consistent. I say just still about a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Uh, yeah, kind of peppery, which Espinosa is kind of known for. Kind of that chocolate that was coming in and out has turned into like a semi-sweet chocolate. It's a little bit more present, especially on the palate as I smoke it. Not so much on the short or long finish. Still getting that drying effect here in the jowls. Um, yeah, that's basically about it. It's getting a little bit better. That bitterness is gone, like I said, which is pretty nice. The chocolate coming forward into the second third and not something I really have to hunt for on the long finish is pretty nice. But overall, it's getting a little bit better. Not a terrible cigar. I think this is kind of on par with a lot of Espinosas so far. When I had the Warhead 10, I liked it quite a bit. But I smoked that one when it was probably, I'd say, about 9 months old. It had already been on the market for about 9 months, and so I had got it with a little bit of age on it, which was, to me was nice. There was a lot of people who had said that the Warhead 10 kind of, I think, probably fit this profile a little bit more. So it's kind of interesting to see what this might do with some age, but I'm still in the second third right now. This thing could improve even more. The transition from the first to third has been slight, but a little bit better. But yeah, I'm going to smoke this down to the final third, come back with some of my final thoughts, and I'll let you guys know what I think. What's up, everybody? I'm back. Here in the final third, pretty good burn line, good ash, awesome smoke output. Surprisingly, that sting on the retro has kind of died down a little bit, but at this point in time, I'm just getting more of that generic tobacco, and that bitter earth has actually come back. Um, Also, getting some of that leather, kind of a burnt leather profile. That chocolate that was coming and going is now just pretty much all gone. I'm also getting some salt and minerality on this. I haven't been smoking this very quickly because of the overall profile. I've been taking it pretty slow. It's actually gone out like one or two times because I've let it sit for a little bit. And yeah, so that's kind of entered the profile. Let's see. Yeah, the long finish, um, just more of that earth and leather. A little hint of that nutty profile is in there, but it's pretty buried. Yeah, I say like this cigar is about a medium plus in strength and body, uh, but that's pretty much it. I'd probably say that for this one right here, I would probably pass on it. I have one more. You could let it age out and let it some of those chocolate and nutty profiles, see if those might come a little bit more to the front with age. Like I said, I had tried the Warhead 10 after it was like 9 months old, and I liked it quite a bit. But yeah, at this time, maybe age, but probably would skip it. But I will say this, you know, a lot of these Warhead series, they're kind of limited releases. I know that Espinosa re-released the Warhead 10 like partway through the end of 2024, and you know, but other than that, they were pretty hard to get. I don't know if that's just because of the box. He's got quite a bit of warheads coming out. Like I said, he's got the 5, the 9, he's got the 11, and now he's got the Independence Day. Um, I would say that if you are looking for some of the nuanced flavors that are in this, maybe go and try to find like a Knuckle Sandwich 57. Maybe try to find that Warhead 10 if you can, and try that one out. But for this guy, like right off the bat, you know, I don't think it's anything super special. I think you can get a lot of the flavor profiles that are in this cigar and others. But yeah, if you're a diehard patriot, you go ahead and smoke one of these on 4th of July. Uh, it is a pretty strong cigar, so maybe smoke it like midway through the day, or maybe one of your last cigars. Um, but yeah, I know that I was, we have like an annual 4th of July party. Luckily, I'm one of the very few people that actually smoke cigars, but I would have loved to put a box out with its packaging looking the way it is. And if anybody wanted to smoke this, they could grab one. I think it's great presentation. I think Espinosa does great on all of his presentation. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about this one. I'm probably going to set it down after this. If you enjoyed this review, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what your favorite Espinosa is. I mean, I like quite a bit of his catalog. The Knuckle Sandwich Connecticut and the 57, his annual release that he does for Guy Fieri's birthday. Those are great cigars. I'm a big fan of the Crema. It's a nice budget cigar. This cigar itself, I think it comes in at about $16. Maybe I think it's about $160, $165 for a box. Um, but yeah, if you're looking for other ones or something that fits this profile, maybe look for some of his earlier releases, some that have already aged out a few months. But I might revisit this one down the road. But yeah, at this time, pretty standard fresh Espinosa. But yeah, thanks guys for checking it out. Looking forward to the next one, and I'll see you.
This is America, from the purple mountains majesties, from shining sea to shining sea, free to live out your wildest dreams. Our Constitution is #1, loud and proud, party all night long. America is #1.